as you guys can tell, today's video is all about my brows. I always get compliments on my brows, so I said might as well make a video on it. I'm going to be first showing you guys the products here. I am going to be using my Eyebrow Pro in the color Toffee, my NYX Proof It Gel, a brown mascara, some brow pencils, and I'm also going to be using my eyebrow brushes, which is my blending brush and my flat top brush. If this video is going a little too fast, don't worry, all of the products will be listed down in the description box below. I am also going to be using my spoolie. So right here I am just starting off using my NYX Proof It Gel and making sure all my hairs are laid down. I use my finger to rub it in just to make sure, and the spoolie is used to make sure that the product is spread out. I would say that the rest of the video is self-explanatory, but just for those who are still learning how to do their brows, I want to make sure that this video is beginner friendly, so I will go into full detail. I am first taking my brow pencil, which is a darker brow pencil. As I showed you guys in the beginning of the video, I am using two brow pencils. One is lighter, like a lighter brown, and one is a darker brown. The colors are going to be listed down in the description box below, so make sure to check that out. First, I am lightly just, trying to mimic the hairs on my brows. So I'm not going in too hard, but I am taking like sparse strokes, as you guys can see. And I just sped up the beginning a little bit of my brow because, it's just basically me filling it in. Now, as you guys can see, I don't continue how I do my brows like towards the end. I don't do the same way towards the beginning. I basically take my brow pencil and I go up and I make like upward strokes that you guys are going to see on this other brow. I just do upward strokes instead of just, running it through. So now as I am doing the concealer for under my brows, I am taking my color in Toffee, and you just want to take a concealer that is like 2 or however shades you like it to be, but I like to take something that's around 2 to 3 shades lighter. So I'm using Toffee under my brows just to clean up everything, make it look like I just got a fresh brow job. Before I go into detail on the concealer, I just want to also notify that, as you guys can see, that there are 2 points where my eyebrows stop and begin. So it's on the 2 outward points of my eyes. You don't want to really pass it, so where the beginning of your brows start and where the end of your brows start. And also when you are drawing your brows, you're trying to mimic the natural line of your brows. As you guys can see, when I went on the bottom, I didn't go any lower or any higher and then just conceal hair. I concealed it how basically my natural brow flows. And then with the concealer, I'm going to take it and just outline basically where I filled in. So now that I am done concealing under my brows, I am going to be taking another shade by Eyebrow Pro concealers. This is in the color Chestnut. I'm just taking a color that is basically the closest to my skin tone. When it's the top of your brows, you want to take a color that is your skin tone, or at least close enough to, because when you're blending it, it will make it a whole lot easier, and you avoid having that halo effect that a lot of people don't like, which is, the overly highlighted top of the brow. Now, as you guys can see, when I put it on first, I dabbed a little bit of it on my forehead before, now angling my brush. I do that because if there's too much product on the brush and I start doing my brows immediately, you're going to see the buildup on the line, and it's going to be very hard to blend it without making a mistake. As you all can see, I am taking my precious time with these brows, and that is because your brows are what frame your face. That is really the crown to your makeup. If your brows are looking, not up to par and your makeup is popping, that's the first thing people notice is your brows. So it's almost like it's defeating the main slay. So you just want to make sure, you just want to take your time, go in, fix any changes you have to fix. You have to also remember that your brows are sisters, not twins. I do hear a lot of people saying your brows are cousins, friends, distant, family members. No, you still want to try and get them to look as similar as possible. So like I said, you want to make sure your brows are sisters. Like, you know, it's not to say that they can't be twins. If you can make them twins, that's perfect. But if you know that, like, you know, it is really hard. So that's why we also, you know, we can cop for, okay, if they're sisters, they're good enough. Just try to at least make sure that your brows are getting along and they don't look like enemies, basically. Another thing I wanted to also mention was that, as you guys can see, now that I finished concealing my brows, the parts where I filled in is starting to look more like hair strokes, and that is because I am using the pencil, and that is why I like using the pencil. You can still create the somewhat hair strokes with a brow gel or a brow pomade, but it's just a lot easier and faster with the pencil, while as the brow gel or brow pomades, if you do brush it out or spoolie it out, whichever one you want to call it, it just tends to look like, you know, there is product there and there is, like, you know, a filled in brow. So I'm trying to more so go for a natural brow. So right here I'm just taking my blending brush and I am trying to blend the top of my brows. Now I know that it looks like I am swiping it, which I actually kind of am, but really you're more so supposed to be tapping it. That is what keeps that product there. Swiping it tends to, like, as you guys can see, remove a little bit of product. But then later on, like, because there's times when I forget, so later on I do come and I do realize that, okay, yeah, you're supposed to tap, like right here, right now, while I'm tapping it. Another thing I also want to point out is the middle of the brows. I do see a lot of people, they tend to forget to blend that out. So I take product from the same color that I used on the top of my brow to place it in the middle. So I don't take more product, I just take whatever is remaining on the brush. And I definitely try to blend that out just so that it doesn't look like there's a shadow right there and almost make it look like I have a unibrow. I cannot stand that look, and a lot of people do tend to make that mistake. So like you see right here, like I said before, I'm just tapping the product in. Do not swipe, ladies. Don't make the mistake I made. Just do not swipe. And then right here I am taking my foundation brush with no product on it. It is just, like, you know, leftover product from a previous makeup session, and I just take it and I just blend everything out, all the harsh lines, the edges. And now I am taking my brown mascara. This is a dupe to basically, like, if you cannot afford or you don't want to have to go pay more money for a brow gel, you can just go buy brown mascara, which is what I'm doing here, just to make sure, you know, all the brows are holding and standing. And I kind of tend to like my brows a little bit lighter, hence why I use it. So I am trying to give you guys the full, like, deets, the full everything of this video. I want you guys to know that yes, you can make mistakes, and yes, you can go back and fix them. That's why I didn't edit this part out. So obviously, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and just go back and fill in, or just, you know, correct any type of mistakes I may have made, or straighten things out, make things a bit neater. You know, do what you have to do just to make sure your brows are slayed. We have finally come to the conclusion of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, especially if this video was helpful. You know, just make sure you hit that like button, and comment down below and let me know what kind of other videos you would like to see. Love you guys. Bye.
It's OVA the creator.